Hey, I'm Shar, and welcome to Teacher's Corner. Ghosts. Ghosts. Sure, I saw a ghost. Sure, I saw my grandmother, my grandfather, my father, my mother, my brother, my husband. They came back to see me, to leave a message from the beyond. What is this ghost? As you know, when we are born, we have a sixth sense of knowing that there are two forces in this world. And they do exist. Yes, indeedy do. They do. We know that there is light, and we know that there is darkness. Where'd they come from? How do they exist? How long have they been? I don't know. But I think they were here a hell of a lot longer than we've ever been here. Even in many, many lives, I believe that they've been here from a very, very long time. Excuse the noise. This is quite a place. I'll be glad to move. So, how do you prove that there is light and there is dark? Now, some people, they don't believe in this light. And some people don't believe in the darkness. Some people just go through their life just believing that here we are, we got to work until we die. And everything we worked for, we have to leave it for others. And then we die and we go into the cold, cold, hard ground. And there we stay until there's nothing left of us and we're done. Even scientists will tell you that at the moment of death, we lose 21 grams of weight. 21 grams. And they figure that this is the leaving of the spirit, the essence, the energy. So how do we prove that there is light and dark in the world? Well, you can't really go by mankind, because people are just people. Some have a very, very good mind and they're full of love and light, and some are just dark. Why? Why? But we're not here for that. Now, if you watch a baby sometimes sleeping, a baby will wake up sometimes screaming, shaking, terrified, grabbing at you, wanting protection, grabbing at you to hold them, wanting protection, crying, all red in the face and screaming. Well, a baby must have had a bad dream. How? How can a baby who has never experienced the world have a bad dream? How? They were born, they came out of the hospital, they went home, they have a bad dream. How? Little kittens and little puppies just born. Sometimes you'll see them kicking and shaking and like they're pretending that they're running and oh God, they're having a dream. And you reach out and you touch them and pet them. And they jump, freaking out. Some will hiss, some will whimper, some will bark. Some will come at you frightened and fight or flight. Some just sit there and cry and wet themselves. And we think, oh, must have had a bad dream. A kitten who has never been outside, a kitten who has just had their mother, a baby kitten, have a bad dream, a baby puppy who has never left its mother's side, has had a bad dream. What's going on? Why? But that is to prove, more or less, the only way that I can prove that there is light and there is dark through dreams. The innocence. How can the innocents dream of such horrible things? But that's a whole different story. That's another video, another time, a video on dreams. That's going to be a tough one. But who is this ghost that I see? Who is this ghost? Who is this spirit that I speak to? Who is it? Now, stay with me, because we're going to go deep down into the rabbit hole. Let's see how deep you can go with me. When I was 18 years old, I was wide awake. I was sitting on the edge of my bed, much like I'm sitting on the edge of my couch right now. Only much, much, much younger. I was looking around my room, and I was wondering what kind of trouble I could get myself into that day. Oh yes, I was trouble. I was drama. When suddenly, I was standing in a room. A long, long, narrow room. On both sides of this room, lined up on the walls, were boxes of equipment. We're talking the 70s. What kind of equipment would this be? Technology sucked. There were stereos. But technology sucked. But there were boxes and boxes and boxes of equipment, some opened, but most closed. Way down at the end of this room was a man who had his back to me. But right in front of me, there was a young man. He was probably about 18 to 22. Very, very thin. He was sitting on a cot. No headboard, no footboard, just a cot pushed against the wall. And it had one of those gray, woolen, itchy blankets on it. His hair was down to here. It was long and straight and blonde. And it was in the middle, parted in the middle so that it came down on both sides of his face. He stared right directly at me, and I stared right directly at him. And then I was in my room again. Oh, the questions. The questions. And the first thought I had was, I'm going to need a joint to try to figure this out. Because the joint always relaxed me and made me feel like I was, that I was wise. So I smoked a joint, and I began to think, well, okay, I was wide awake, had no drugs in me, I wasn't drinking, I was just waking up, it was a beautiful day, bed was made, I'm dressed, and I'm wide awake. Where was this room? Why was I there? What was this equipment? Who was that guy down there at the end that didn't see me? Who was the guy that was sitting on the bed that did see me? The one who looked directly at me, and I knew he saw me. But he was like, almost like a delayed reaction. Many, many questions I had asked myself. What? I know I was there. I know I was there. And I knew that guy with the blonde hair knew I was there. He saw me. Now let's turn it around. What was he thinking? What did he think after I was gone? Did he come out of his delayed reaction and yell to his friend down at the end of the road, at the end of the room, "Oh my God, I just saw a ghost"? His friend would be like, "What? No, really, she was standing right there. I just saw a ghost." I'm not a ghost. I'm flesh and blood. I was there. I wasn't even in my room. I couldn't see my room at all. I was there. Astral travel? Wide awake? Wide awake, sitting up? Astral traveling? Is that what it was? And why him? Why someone I don't even know? Someone I have never met yet. Maybe I'll meet them yet. I don't know. But why them? Why that room? Now there's also another way that you can look at it. Did I look like me when he saw me? Or did I take the appearance of someone else? It's the astral body. The astral body can shapeshift. What did he see? Did he see me? But I know he saw something. Or did he yell to his friend and say, "Oh my God, I just saw Esther. Esther, who's been gone for 3 years. She was just right there. I just saw her. I just saw Esther. I just saw a ghost." I ain't no ghost. Now, no matter how hard I try, I can't really find the answers to this. All we can get is what if, what if, what if. Do I believe that when our loved ones pass on, they come back to visit us? No, I don't. No. What do I believe? Well, I believe, number one, after experiencing it, it could be someone astral traveling. Number two, they could shapeshift into someone that I might miss. Someone that I loved dearly and missed them because there was no closure, or because I didn't tell them that I loved them before they died. Maybe. Or maybe we can go here. The human soul revealed, unlocking the mysteries from beyond. Monica Miragni is the author, and she speaks to an energy called Cryon. And I know, because I can feel it like crazy, that there's quite a few of you out there that know about this. So, let me go to my notes for just a moment. This book and some other books believe that we are in many dimensions at the same time. Not just here, but there, maybe over there. We are in many dimensions. Could I be in the past? Could I be in the future? Where could I be? Could I be in the spirit world? Could I be here? I'm definitely here. But what if I'm in the spirit world too? And what if I'm in the past too? And what if I'm in the future too? How? How? Quantum physics. Scientifically proven. If you don't know anything about quantum physics, check it out. Google it. Interesting. Go on to YouTube instead of sitting in the tower and crying over what you believe, crying over the shadows of what you think. Go into YouTube, punch in quantum physics. Wow. You can really go deep into the rabbit hole there. And it's all scientifically proven, which is more than I could prove to you. Even the Bible Now I know many of you are probably going to email me with your viewpoints on this saying. And many of you might comment and say, no, Char, that's not what it means. But what if it does mean that? What if? Even in the Bible it says, whatever you do on earth, you do also in the kingdom. Different dimensions. Quantum physics. So how can I do whatever I do here on earth? How is it that I'm doing it in the kingdom too at the same time? Or a different time? Is it the same time? Or is it not the same time? Mind-bending. Very, very mind-bending. But nonetheless, extremely interesting. So I know that this phrase from the Bible, this quote, can be taken in many different ways. But what if it doesn't mean that? Maybe that's just what you were taught. What if it means this? Or what if it means that? What if it means something that would just blow your friggin' mind? What if? So, who is the spirit that I speak to? Well, I was surprised when I read this. It said that the spirit is me. Me from a different dimension coming to talk to me. What is this ghost? Could it be someone astral traveling? Could it be a shapeshifter when they astral travel so that you see someone that you miss terribly? Someone who's very much in your heart? A great essence they left behind, the sadness that maybe you didn't do all that you could do. Something that you regret, you never got the chance to tell them that. Could they shapeshift to that person? An astral traveler can shapeshift. Was it a ghost? Was it really the person that you thought you saw? Was it a ghost? And even deeper still, was it you? Was it you? From a different dimension, bringing you a message. Spirit? Who is this spirit that's been with me since I've been 5 years old? Who is it? Is it a higher intelligence of me? Who is this spirit? Is it really a spirit? A spirit of light? That has been around for I don't know how long and how it exists. I don't know anything about it. But there is a spirit world. Is that who it is? Or is it a higher dimension of myself? I don't know. But I hope you stayed with me till the end. I hope it makes you think. The next time you say, oh my God, I just saw my wife. Oh my God, I just saw my husband. He's been gone for 8 years. Or I just saw my mom, or my dad, or sister, or my brother. Or my friend who died in a car accident years ago. Now, I have seen ghosts. I have seen people around other people. But what did I see? Now, there was a woman, and I said to her, there's a woman standing behind you. And she said, what does she look like? And I described her. And she said, oh my God, it's my grandmother. But that's what I saw. But what did I see? What did I see? Did I really see her grandmother? Her grandmother who is, well, as far as I'm concerned, went back to the great force to recreate again. The supervisor who came to see me, who didn't believe in any of this, none of it. He said, I don't believe in it. It's garbage. I said, is that what the guy behind you thinks? And he turned and he looked. He said, there's no one behind me. And I described him. It was a friend who died in a car accident. They were both in the car. His friend died. He carried him out of the car onto the road. I described him to a T. It was his best friend that died a year previous. But who did I see? Did I see his best friend? He became a believer that day. Scared the crap out of him. Scared the crap out of him. But who did I see? Who came to me? Who shape-shifted into this friend? Or was it me? Coming to show me what his friend looked like. Coming to show me, so I got to make a believer out of him. Who is this ghost? I do hope it'll make you think. Namaste.